like some theme music. It's like welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got the regulars, Tim and
Exactly.
Wayne. You
Yep.
know, y'all know. Listen, we about that grind. We out here. We doing it. Sixers on the West Coast again. Well, I guess that's not the West Coast, Texas. That's the Texas swing. You know what I'm saying? That's Midwest,
Yeah.
right? Sixers out there in San Antonio, playing the Spurs again. The Spurs gave them a tough go the first time. The Spurs beat them early in the season, right? If I'm correct.
Third game of the season, we lost.
Yeah. The Spurs was playing people tough and everything else. These young boys came in. Sixers was putting a smack down on them, and then the bench seemed like they didn't want to finish. First of all, Sixers handle business. James Harden, Joel Embiid, both of them feeling a little snubbed. Harden snubbed off the All-Star game altogether, and I agree. He's leading the league in assists if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But he wasn't voted on. 22 points a game leading the league in assists, 21 points a game leading the league in assists. No All-Star. Embiid just as a reserve when you're looking at the other guys that made it.
When they said they was being disrespectful, they really are disrespecting the Sixers.
They really are. They are.
Joel, there's no reason why. But another thing we didn't do that we probably should do. That I'm talking about the city of Philadelphia. We wasn't promoting the voting for the All-Star game. We've been so wrapped up in the Eagles that we ain't nobody been talking about let's vote for our team. He probably got the least amount of votes from the city of Philadelphia.
But you probably sit there and think, like, when you see how dominant Joel is being, like, you look at other teams, other players around the league, like what, like Joe ain't make it, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they looking at it like, okay, but that being said, we could talk about that a little bit later on. Let's talk about the game a little bit though. I kind of got off course, but the Sixers handle business tonight. Maxey with a big night off the bench.
Yeah.
If we can get this consistency from Maxey playing around this level, it will be outstanding, be great. Toby, chip in. Toby does what Toby does. He gives you that little in the teens, the mid-teens. But Toby does make some tough baskets now and again. But this team will live and die on the shoulders of Joel Embiid and James Harden. And fortunately for us, that they're holding it down and they're doing the things that they do. So, but the bench, I will say this though, I do like the bench with Maxey coming off the bench. That bench is actually pretty solid with Maxey, Niang, what's his name, Harrell, and mainly them. Now Shake sometimes here and there, but I think our rotation is being found, and your boy, you was just talking about Daniel House. He got a couple minutes today. Yeah. Paul Reed got some. Paul Reed looked like he wasn't ready. He wasn't expecting to play. When he looked in that game, any other time you see Paul Reed running around, Paul Reed looked like he was like, man, call me in this game.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right. He looked like he had his mind. He was ready to go out somewhere, go hang out, because the Sixers staying in San Antonio tonight, and then they flying out to New York tomorrow.
Yeah, but listen, I don't know what's in San Antonio to do. I
mean, just hang with James Harden. He'll find something.
If I was doing like, let's just go to New York. Let's just go to New York.
No. Shake. I guess Shake, Charlie Shake been kind of consistent, but Shake, I don't know. Sometimes Shake leaves. Shake's playing better than he had been. You know what it is? I think about Shake, because I think we had, at least some of us had big expectations of Shake when Shake was playing that. Remember when he was playing that year? I guess like when Ben was out or somebody was out, Bede or Ben, one of them was out. Remember when Shake was balling out and it was like, oh snap, he done turned the corner. We thought he was about to come in and be the 6-man for us, and Shake is just
Shake is a gunner.
Yeah.
He is a gunner. Because I was watching him the day, I was like, yo, Shake, you had him and Maxey on the fast break, and he keeps the ball. And I guess I'm still remembering when he kept the ball from Niang. It's like, the ball, learn how to play with other people. Share the ball. The ball most likely is going to come back to you. So, but he seemed like once he get the ball in his hands, he's going to keep it. But my take on the game was what it was. You're supposed to beat this game. You're supposed to win. against a team that wasn't even playing all that started. They had a bunch of guys sitting out, so we were playing against the second string reserve.
Second string of like the 14th seed in the West.
So we did that. The thing is, Doc was trying to give the bench some playing time because he knew that he was trying to get reserves, and they kind of let up, and he had to bring back the starters. I don't think the starters really wanted to come back in that fourth quarter. I mean,
he went deep into the bench. Like, listen, anybody, me, you have been making us think about Paul Reed. Paul wasn't ready. Paul Reed wasn't ready to come out there and make. And hey, Jamar, real quick. Yeah, Shake was going. I mean, not Shake. Maxey was going through a bad stretch, but we're not just going because Maxey have a good game against this team, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, Maxey got to be consistent. This is my biggest. And I like Maxey. I do think that Maxey is a big part of our future in this franchise, but Maxey has to be consistent. Like and I'm not just saying that Maxey only balls out against bum teams because we've seen him have big games against good teams, but he's just not consistent. I need consistency from Maxey.
I mean, he struggled against Orlando, but I've seen him. He's been doing pretty good. Oh yeah, in case y'all were looking for Ethan, he said he's watching a movie. Just so
yeah. Oh, the Notebook.
Yeah, the Notebook. Well, just so that y'all know for everybody. But it's a lot of things we're gonna talk about. The game was the game. It's nothing really right. We did what we were supposed to do. We took care of business like we supposed to took care of the third game of the season. This is a rebuilding team, and B did his thing. Congratulations. We passed JJ Redick for 7th place on a 3-point shooting on the Sixers. So congrats to Embiid. It's a lot of stuff that happened in the NBA this week, so I just want to touch on a little bit of it. As y'all know, today Kyrie Irving requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets.
Hold on. Before we touch on that, because Mara talking about Maxey's been consistent. He had 25 tonight. He had 10 the game before. He had 8 the game before, 13 the game before. That's not consistent. Because before that, he did have 27, 32, then 15, 22, 16. I don't call having 8 and 10 consistent. The 2 bad games against Orlando, the bad game against Denver, that's not consistent. That's up and down. But when he's up, he's up. Now, don't get me wrong. When he's up, he's up.
Yeah, I'm sure the rest.
I don't owe him. What apology I owe him easy money? I just gave you his stats. He scored 10, 8, and 13 in 3 consecutive games. So apologize for what? But he goes into these slumps on a regular basis. He goes through stretches like this. And that's how good he is when he's good, that he still averages 20 points a game. Because when Maxey is hooping, when we get the happy hooper and he balling, and Maxey dropping them 25 and 26 points a game, but then he goes through these laws where he give you these kind of games, those kind of games like that. That's why I'm saying being consistent. I want to see consistency from Maxey.
Maxey.
Yeah, because guess what? Harden may have games scoring like that, but Harden leads the league in assists. What does Maxey do other than score? So his job is to score. That's why I'm saying I would like to see consistency out of him with it. And Maxey is a baller. He's the 3rd best player on the team. I'm not. That's not going past me that he's that. But I want to see more consistency out of him.
I think he gives consistency to the bench, though. The bench is solid. Like the bench play, we're going to get like 25 to 30 points off the bench. Before that bench rotation was real suspect. So I'm happy him being on the bench, giving us that boost. He struggled a little bit, but I think he already now.
Oh yeah, I like Maxey. So I like his role. Only thing I'm saying is, and when I say about the consistency, because you have some people in here talking about Maxey was better than Harden, and Maxey's the best player on the team. Maxey's the 2nd best player on the team. We done had people talking that kind of foolishness about that. Maxey's the 3rd best player on his team. Before you start telling me that Maxey is better than Harden and Maxey's better than Embiid, Maxey has to be consistent.
All right.
No, Toby is the 4th best player on the team. So Maxey is over Toby. What else? What else you got? My bad, Tim. Go ahead.
All right. So Kyrie. It's a lot of people hating on Kyrie. All the commentators, they've been doing a lot of hating on Kyrie. Kyrie is requesting a trade. He wants a 4-year deal from them. They offered him the deal last year. He turned it down. He wants a new deal. he's been playing lights out. He's probably been the best player playing in the last 6 weeks in the NBA. Would you offer him a 4 year? What you give him to do if you Brooklyn?
That's a tough one. I'm not mad at them either way they go with it, because and I'm not mad at Kyrie for his stance on things. My only knock that I had on Kyrie was when he was sitting there talking like he didn't want to play or whatever about COVID and stuff, but then he turned around and was going to birthday parties, or no, he said he had to take a leave from the team because of the stresses of what's going on, like in the social realm. But then he turns around and goes to a birthday party. That the only knock I had on him. All the other thing, how you feel about vaccines and even talking about the world flat, even though I think that's loopy, I don't. Even him with the whole thing about the clip, I don't care about none of that stuff. He's a baller, but when it comes to you taking a leave of action from absence from the team and stuff like that, but I do think that gets embellished some, because the team didn't allow him to play for a stretch. So I do think people start compounding that and put it together, like from when he was taking a leave of absence from the team, and then also looking at the fact that he was only playing half the games. It was two different circumstances, but he deserved to get paid because he's a baller.
He's a baller. He's box office. He's straight box office. I like Kyrie Irving. He does. Before the injury to KD, they was the hottest team in the NBA. They went on like a 20 to 4 run. They won all their games. They was coming for that number 1 seed. At one point, I think they got to the number 2 seed. It's just that, and this kind of happened last year when KD went down. Everything fell apart. Well, I'm giving him his money. He deserves it. It's a 4-year deal. He's a great player. He makes his team better. Pair him up with a bona fide star, and they can win the title. And they were doing well.
Yeah, I mean, you put it this way. This is what I say with Brooklyn. It's kind of sort of like the situation with the Sixers with Harden. The way Harden is balling right now, he's going to want that contract.
Yeah.
Where you at with it? Are you going to pay him if he's playing at this level consistently throughout the year? If he continues to play at this level and him and Embiid is meshing like that, do you pay him, or do you say he might fall off the face of the earth?
If we get out the second round of the playoffs, you got to play him. You're going to have to pay him. You got to give him his 4-year million. I mean, the money's there, so you got to pay him.
Nah, it really ain't, because they paying the luxury tax already. That's why they talking about trading somebody like a Thibault or something like that, or a Korkmaz, because they need to clear up some cap space for the luxury tax. But
you said the Nets offered what's the X-Men? He said the Nets offered a 4-year deal with stipulations, and Kyrie said no. Why are you putting stipulations on the deal? Ain't nobody else got stipulations on their contract.
That's why he said no. And that's why he said no.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie got to be prepared to stand 10 toes, because like a couple people to mention in here, like, is somebody else going to offer him the money? Is somebody else going to sign him? Is he willing to stand 10 toes and say, no matter what, I'm not going, what I'm saying? I'm not going to lessen and play for lesser than what I think I deserve. But
the Whoa was just saying that it's 4 definite teams that's interested in him. You don't need one team. So
the Lakers won him. The Lakers won him.
The Clippers won him, and Dallas won them, and they saying Phoenix is interested. So you got 4 teams.
Whew, so if you put him on Phoenix with Booker, if you put him on Dallas with Luka, see, this is the thing about Kyrie. Kyrie can run the point or off the ball.
Yeah.
And be effective both ways. That is. You put him side by side with Luka.
Then you got Kyrie, LeBron, and AD. Somebody put on X-Men. That's
yeah. I mean, Kyrie's a talent. So especially if you put him somewhere where you're not relying on, I just don't think that Kyrie's the alpha on a winning team. And I think he learned that because he felt like he could be, and that's why he left Bron and he wanted to be the man somewhere else. But sometimes you just are what you are. Now, he's a very good Robin, He like a top tier Robin. He not one of the extra Robins that came on after the first Robin left. He like the prime. He like the real Robin.
Yeah,
like but
he just may not be. He just need that other star with him. He just need that other star.
he needs an alpha. He needs an alpha.
How about the Sixers? Would you be interested? Would you trade for him?
No.
Why not?
Well, first off, didn't him and Harden have some kind of beef?
I think they squashed. I think Harden. Harden was tired of the drama surrounding him.
And you don't think that's more? You don't think Kyrie still has drama around him?
It's only the media before it's a lot of drama. I mean,
I still listen.
What has he done? No, seriously, what have you done? He said he didn't want to take the jab. He didn't want it.
Well, put it this way: he's not going to get that contract coming here because you got to give Harden money, and Embiid is getting money. So where's Harden going to get this money from?
Tobias.
I mean, you think he looking for Tobias Harris money, or is he looking for more? He looking for that kind of money that Harden looking for.
He's looking for a 4 year. They want 4 years, $200 million. That's what they're looking for.
Exactly. That's double what Toby getting. Toby getting 25 million. What do you got? 25 or 30 million a year. So he's looking for 50 million a year.
Toby getting like $30-something million a year. Toby making money.
And Toby also going to come off the books. You still talking? So the Sixers are still in the luxury cap area right now. How it stands. So now you're saying replace Toby with a contract that's 13 million more, plus Harden's about to get redone. Where is this money coming from?
You might have to let Harden walk. That's right now.
I'm not letting Harden walk for no Kyrie.
But right now he's a rental player. You could bring him in as a rental because he's a free agent at the end of the year. And
so you think he's going to be happy with that?
No.
When he's saying he wants to be traded now because he wants a contract. You think he's going to be happy to go somewhere and not get a contract?
No, anybody to trade for him, they got is pretty much saying that you want to sign him for a long-term deal.
Exactly.
Because teams ain't going to give up all their assets either just for him to walk away in the offseason either. So, I mean, I see what you're saying. But I'm not closing the door. I know the Sixers said they're not interested. But I'm like, why would you close the door? Imagine a Harden and Embiid and Irving. Who gonna stop that squad?
Irving. But yeah. Easy money. You know why? I don't care. I don't care about players getting their money, but you do know that there's a salary cap. So you do know you can't just open up the bank book and pay everybody all the money that they want.
You could just hit the luxury tax.
The Sixers ain't doing that. They in the business to make money.
They have billionaires, the billionaires.
Okay. And you know how billionaires get to be billionaires? It ain't by just throwing money at millionaires. Billionaires get to be billionaires by making business deals.
They make billions. Some of that money that they make so much money doing other stuff that they don't even. It's like
it's
fun for them.
So you get that feel from this ownership, whereas though the fact that they sit up there talking about trading Matisse Thybulle because of the luxury cap. Who's a quality defensive player on their team?
I didn't hear that.
You ain't hear that?
Not for the luxury cap. I think
that's the reason why they're shocked. That's the reason why.
They trying to trade Matisse because they trying to upgrade at that position. They know that there's a little weakness and he's a commodity. Other teams want Matisse. So you need to research it and look about the luxury tax part. They said they're looking to upgrade. They want another point guard, a backup center, or a small forward. Those are the three things that I read that they said the Sixers want. They don't want to make a big splash, but they want to upgrade it as a backup. So thank you, P Assassin. People just be like, yeah, they do act like it's like 2K. Well, I'm gonna make a trade for such and such, and I'm gonna do. And the money ain't no matter. If money wasn't no matter, you would have a whole bunch of these teams just stockpiling, and nobody will leave. They just have you. I guarantee you, one of these teams would just have like the best player from in every position and paying them max money. I know for a fact that Dallas Mavericks, they looking for somebody to come and play alongside Luka. They want another superstar. And if they can, they're definitely in the sweepstakes to get Kyrie. They're in it.
Yeah. So who's that to? Me or somebody else? I do believe some teams want them, but I'm just talking about for the Sixers. It don't fit with the money.
Dominic, been doing okay. Relax.
Listen, Ben probably the reason everybody wanted to be out. Remember, KD wanted to get traded when he saw Ben Simmons. He saw Ben Simmons not want to play in the playoffs. KD was like, "Man, get me up out of here."
I think they're not. I don't think they're gonna make a trade at all.
I'm about to say, because you see how the Nets did with KD. They was like, "Nah, you under contract, you ain't going nowhere."
Thing is, here's the thing: if they don't resign him, he walks. He walks.
X-Man said Westbrook. No, you know why he might not walk for nothing? Because no matter what, he's with them now, so they can offer him more money than anybody else can. So if you have somebody, if there's a bidding war for him and people want him, he can sit there and say to the team, like, I want this kind of money, and kind of dictate a sign and trade. Kind of like how Harden did.
But right now all the chips is with the Brooklyn, because right now if a team really wants to make a run this year, they can. But in the offseason, they might do a sign and trade, but it's just a sign and trade. It's not like it's just to benefit Kyrie so he get the most money. But he can walk if he wants to walk. He's a free agent.
And you don't think he's going? He's talking about leaving now and getting traded now because he's not getting the money he wants. So you think he's going? You think he's not going to say, "Well, yeah, sign and trade me"?
Yeah, I think so. But with I'm saying, the Brooklyn has all of the cards right now.
They kind of don't.
They got an asset. They have a strong asset.
You know why they kind of don't, though? Because after the whole thing fell through with Harden, you got to think about that. KD already said he didn't want to be there and wanted to be traded. Now you done made this trade and brought Ben in, who don't nobody respect over there. Let's keep it a bean. They don't respect him as a man and a player. And then on top of that, you got this whole situation with Kyrie. If they trade Kyrie and get rid of Kyrie, you basically saying, unless the Nets, first of all, if you trade them to anybody that's a contender, they're not giving you quality players back. They're going to give you draft picks or something like that. So if you trade Kyrie right now, you're essentially saying you're not trying to run for the championship if you're Brooklyn.
And then that means KD's gonna be up too, because then they got to try to trade for KD.
But they don't, because they just told KD we ain't trading you.
Well, why would you hold on? Why would you hold on to KD if your championship window is closed?
Hey, listen, I agree with you, but from their standpoint, then they don't got nobody to sell tickets. Who going to come want to see? Who going to want to come see Steph Curry and Ben Simmons?
That's why it's beneficial for them to just re-sign him, give him his 4-year deal. Stop putting stipulations, just signing.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
I mean,
but are they going to do that?
You close your window, because the thing is, if they tank and stink it up, all that draft picks are owed to. I think
Houston for Harden.
Yeah. So it's like they're in the lose-lose. Your best bet is stop listening to the media, stop listening to Stephen A. Snitch and all these other boys crying. I mean, you should see all these Sambo boys, because they bought him all out today. They bought Stephen A. They bought Kendrick Perkins. They bought Michael Wilburn. All these boys just so that they can just disrespect Kyrie and just talk about it's the same routine, the same thing they did with the video. They did it was all over again. It's like all the things that the corporate media wants to say, they get their Negro flunkies to say. It's so corny.
Hey, listen. No, you're absolutely right, though. But hey, P. Assassin, could you imagine Westbrook coming here and being on the bench with Ben? What's the odds Westbrook going to choke Ben out at some point?
But then what you
he might not know, because Ben is passing the ball all day long.
But then do Kevin Durant really want to get right back with Westbrook if they trade him to LA all over again? Do you really?
Kevin Durant want to come to Philly. I believe in my heart Kevin Durant want to come to Philly. Kevin Durant was hurt when Harden left. And Kevin Durant respects Joel Embiid and likes Joel Embiid. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, because I don't think we got the stuff to make we don't have stuff in place to make that happen. But I guarantee you, Kevin Durant, if he had the opportunity, he would come here and play with Harden and Embiid.
Absolutely. That'd be nice if we trade. I would give him anybody except Harden. Harden and Embiid. Anybody else can go.
Anybody but Harden and Embiid. Yep. And that's instant. That's instant contender. Might even be instant chip.
Yeah, I agree. 200%.
But no.
But all right, so I wish not. I wanted Brooklyn to succeed. I kind of wanted them to be like a little rival to us, like going battling back and forth. Because I thought it was gonna be like the Big Four. I thought it was gonna be Boston, Bucks, Brooklyn, and us. I thought it was gonna be the Big Four just battling out for the Eastern Conference Championship. But of course, if they blow it up, it just makes our life easy. You know, we're only 2 games out of first place now. Boston lost today, so we literally we only 2 games out. We play them next Wednesday.
Yep. We got a couple games coming up against them in the near future.
Yeah. All right. So,
hey, X-Man, I would give, first of all, ain't nobody just taking no Tobias and Paul Reed for Embiid. For KD, if the Sixers had to make a trade for KD, first of all, it would have to be a draft pick, even though we already owe them a draft pick for the Harden thing. So, I don't know what year we will be able to offer them from that. And I don't even know if they would take it, because if we get KD, we're not looking at a high draft pick in no near future, and not in the next 2 to 3 years. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Might even be more than that. But hey, you might have to off if you could give them like Harden. I mean, not Harden, you give them Maxey. They like Thibault. Give them Maxey, Thibault, Toby. Like I said, I give them anybody but B and Harden. If they give us KD.
There would be no way we could stop. The only thing that would stop us if Embiid be crying that he don't know his role anymore on the team. Because
stop.
That's the only thing.
First of all, I don't think he'll have that problem, because you have a true point guard right now. A true point guard that got snubbed out the All-Star game.
And let's talk about that. So Harden, it was a lot of
you like that? You like that transition?
It was so, I mean, if you look at the facts of the facts, they're saying that the reason why he was snubbed was possibly because he missed a lot of time for that injury.
I don't want to hear that. Because guess what? When KD was missing all them games, one of them years, they still voted him in as an All-Star.
That's true.
So I don't want to hear that.
There's no way in the world he should. They said it was disrespectful, and I agree. It was very disrespectful.
Good.
This man should be in the All-Star.
Good. I wish they would have snubbed Embiid and left him off the whole thing altogether.
Why?
I want him and Harden mad and say, you know what, we're gonna walk off with this chip and look at y'all and say, kiss this trophy.
Down here, okay. So here's the people that made as reserves. They so the bull from Chicago, DeMar DeRozan, he made.
Oh wait, real quick. Sexy said, you not trading Maxey to get Kevin Durant? What are you smoking?
Yeah.
What are you smoking?
You gotta put everybody in there. Anybody that's eligible.
All right, my bad. So go ahead. That just woke me up a little bit.
So it's Halliburton, Drew Holiday, and DeRozan. Those are the 4 guards that are on a reserve. So you can't tell me who Chicago's. They under 500. I know DeRozan is averaging 26 points a game, but they under 500. You got to put.
I mean, you can make a case for Halliburton, but like you said, the team. What's the team doing? So, but they might be looking at that Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Doing it without as much help as Harden doing it with, but
maybe they wanted to give their team some representation. I don't know, but the coach. This is the coach's decision. This is not the fans. This was the coaches. The coaches got together and said that they choosing Halliburton, DeRozan, and Drew Holiday over Harden. That was
Drew. I gotta look at Drew's stats. Why is Drew Holiday even in that? I mean, Drew averaging 19, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Is that going over Harden?
No.
Matter of fact, I gotta look and see because Donovan Mitchell ain't make it either, did he?
He's a starter. Donovan's a starter.
Oh yeah, Donovan's a starter. All right.
So they did.
I was about to, I don't know why I'm tripping. You know what it is? Because I'm sitting there looking at the thing of the title, talking about the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he averaging 21 and 11 assists.
Yeah, Harden is leading the league in assists right now, right? If I'm not mistaken, coming into the game, he was.
Unofficially, because he didn't play as many games, he has to play 70% of all the games in order for it to be counted as official. Right now, technically, he's not the leader, but once he plays 70% of the games, then he'll be the official leader. But even still, he only played like 4 less games than Halliburton.
Yeah, and that's the part that, and this is why it starts to feel like it's something an agenda against them a little bit, because usually they give the vets the you know what I'm saying. Usually you give the vets the nod.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like B. B been a perennial all-star the last few years. He's been in the MVP race. He finished number 2 twice in the MVP race and is now in the top 2 again for the MVP race. And you telling me he wasn't voted in? So the initial voting is by who? By the players?
It's a combination.
It's a combination, right?
Media, fans, and everything. They all got a say so.
So if all the players and the media would have voted him in,
yeah, the players, it's the players vote, the media vote, and the fans. All three of them make up the original all-star starters, and then the coaches vote for the reserves.
Yeah, I hope Embiid don't go. I'd rather he stay home and get some what you call it,
rest.
Yeah, what load management? Get some load management over that time. You got a kid now. He got his wife and he got his kid. Like I mean, even if you go there, go chill with your wife and kids and chill.
It's a total honor to be selected as all-star. Means you're the best of the best. You're the elite.
Not. He was selected as a reserve.
But in the mind,
somebody that was selected as an all-star starter the last few years, and now you telling him he's a reserve. That's not an honor. Especially when he's playing on the same level, if not better.
I know. I'm saying it was to be a selection of an all-star game. That means that's kind of special. That's how the players always look at it. That's how they always looked at it. And the crazy thing is, Embiid don't have a shot to win an MVP again this year. I was watching right now. Tonight, Boston was playing Phoenix Suns. I was watching the game a little bit. And they was all they said they had 2 voters. And they both said they was all joining up Jokic. They were all saying he was definitely the MVP and everything. And they were saying all these things like what he's doing, and they didn't give any respect to the boy Joel Embiid. I'm like, you mean to tell me Joel, after he outplayed him, dominated everything, pretty much doubled him up when he played them, still he's not getting that respect. So Embiid's not getting respect.
No, you're right. And that's the crazy part. Because supposedly the basketball minds. You telling me you don't see how dominant Embiid is on both sides of the ball? You don't see how when Embiid plays, we have one of the best defenses in the league, and when he doesn't play, is not as good. You don't see all these things. Yeah, Joker get the assists, the rebounds. He getting close to a triple double. But you're not telling me we seen him head up, and we see Joker is not on Embiid's. He's not on Embiid's level for real.
No,
1-on-1.
As I said. Based off of voters, there was 2 voters on a telecast, and they both were saying the MVP is Joker. So I'm like, that's what they're looking at. So unfortunately, B got to work. He got to look for that MVP of the finals. That's what he got to look forward to.
Well, I tell you, Europeans, boy. Let me stop.
No, it's not even that because
I'm trolling.
It was 2 black boys that was voters who was voting for Joker, so it's not even that.
How you know how the self-haters go? That's some Stephen A. type dudes.
These boys, but that's that. Last thing I want to talk about that fight with Donovan Mitchell and who was it? Donovan Mitchell and
I didn't see it.
You ain't see it because I was saying Memphis, they're making themselves unlikable as a.
They really are. They are.
And I said that's what they're doing because you got a bona fide superstar in Ja Morant. Ja Morant has the chance to become the face of the league, but their team is becoming very unlikable. They're looking like they're almost turning themselves to the bad boy Pistons, and people they might hurt them in the long run. And right now they're like a 7. They lost 7 of their last 8 games. They lost that little mojo a little bit, but I thought it was a low blow. He definitely the reason why Donovan Mitchell went off on it because he went for his jewels.
Yeah, and you know the boy like men.
All right, so anyway, be politically correct. I wanted to monetize this video, so I just
well he don't. He just like him to dress up.
Yeah. So Dylan Brooks. He needs to be gone. He actually got suspended for the game. they suspended him because it was a low blow. But
yeah, X-Men, I agree. He is. It's a lot. I remember AI said it years ago. AI was like, he's like, it's a lot of corny boys in the NBA, and it's still like that. Like for real, for if you think about it, you not saying that everybody in the NBA is a corny ball. Like some of them dudes might really been in them streets and really be about that action. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you think about it, especially nowadays, these guys that came up playing in the AAU, they ain't, and usually, you know how when it be a boy that could hoop in the hood, it'd be like the boys on the block look out for him because they like, look, he the boy that's gonna get out of here, and they look at him like, yo, leave the boy alone. You know how you know how they going. Everybody in here that be in the hood know how it go. The boy that look like he got some potential, some kind of way out. He don't have to worry about doing no stuff, no dirt, no none of that. So
thanks, easy money. Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button while y'all here with us. But
they treat us like Harden. We getting the Harden disrespect. Y'all know we deserve the likes.
Yeah, hit the
See,
like.
y'all the ones that did the voting.
Y'all, they didn't vote. That's what I said.
Exactly. They say they didn't want to hit. They too cool to hit the like button for us.
The reason why
y'all did show me some love when I was in here by myself.
When Embiid, here you go. You still talking about that video that you did. Embiid would have been a starter if Philadelphia wasn't so focused on the Philadelphia Eagles. We was talking about Eagles, and meanwhile, Embiid didn't get no love like he's supposed to got. And none of y'all probably voted. I know I did.
Hey, listen, all I know is just look up who Dylan Brooks' girlfriend is.
Stop.
Girlfriend. I'm just saying, look up who his girlfriend is, and you'll see why I'm referencing what I'm referencing.
All right. So
he about to get a whole bunch of hits now. Like Dylan Brooks' girlfriend.
Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Again, Ethan April, they should be back on Sunday when we host the Knicks. I don't know if we host the Knicks or we gonna be in New York, but we're
going to New York.
All right, so we're going to New York on Sunday. It's a 6:00 game, so at least we got a podcast to do. Well,
yeah, because there ain't gonna be no football.
Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We're gonna catch you on our next podcast. We out.